KayRenee's Garden, and I just popped in to chat with all my uh, garden family, the garden community. And I know when people go on my channel, they're like, what is going on that channel? I have exercise videos and gardening videos and chicken videos and all kind of stuff on there. But the premise for my channel really is I am leaving basically a documentary for my kids and grandkids and great grandkids and all that good stuff. And so I remember when my kids were coming up, and there was a lot of things that I just didn't know about people in my family. And so I'm trying to make sure that when my grandkids are coming up and they're doing their family trees, that they don't have to guess and wonder what Nana was up to, what she did, what she liked, how she gardened, how she grew this, how she cooked that. And so uh-oh, I try to video things that maybe they would be interested in later. But anyway, how you guys doing today? Hi, Sheed, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I am just popping in for a bit to chat, and I have been harvesting quite a bit of food out in the garden and all that good stuff. It's hot out here today. It's probably in the 80s already, and it's only 8:47 in the morning, and so I'm trying to do a little chat inside. I may pop outside for a minute, but yeah, it won't be for long. How are you? What are you up to? I saw that you were live this morning, right? And yeah, you always have good stuff going on your channel, good conversation. Hey, growing out the box, how are you? Hey, unbiased, I'm just popping in to say hello and chat for a bit. You see, I'm inside today because I'm trying to beat the heat. Oh, what's going on, unbiased? Oh, you're doing hair. Okay, okay, I see. Yeah, I was doing that last night. My son had me doing his hair. His hair is probably past the middle of his back, so that was a lot of work. He wanted me to braid his hair so he can go to an event this weekend. Oh, you're in the 90s too? Oh, you're in Georgia. Okay, I didn't know you were in Georgia also. Unbiased, where are you? Are you in Georgia also? I know you're in Georgia, right? Growing out the box? I'm here in Zone 10B in SoCal. So we have a long growing season here. I can pretty much grow anything all year round, so I'm enjoying that. Although the weather, the beginning of this year, it was kind of crazy. The beginning of this year. Oh, you're in 7A? Okay. Okay. Do you guys have a long growing season? I'm not really familiar with Georgia's growing season, but yeah, here we can pretty much grow anything all year round. I even grow inside the house, so I have my arrow garden here too that I have going. I have some lettuce leaf basil in here and some lettuce growing. And then I have another one over on the other side, and I have peppers and basil and stuff. I like to have stuff inside too, so when I get lazy and I don't feel like going out in the heat, I have it right here in the house. Oh, you're in zone A growing out the box? Okay, okay. Your garden looks amazing, by the way, and congratulations on that milestone. You are at 15K. That is awesome. You're doing great over there. You have much knowledge. And didn't you say you just started gardening like a couple of years ago? My goodness, like your garden is fabulous, and you have a lot of knowledge that I'm glad you have a channel so that you can share it with others. So if anybody pops in, please check out Growing Out the Box. He has a lot of great garden knowledge over there. He breaks it all down to the science, y'all. Hey, and Unbiased too. Check out Unbiased. She has a lot of great knowledge. She does a lot of creative things on her channel. Hey, Lashes, how are you? How are you, dear? I am glad you popped in to say hello. You're in Louisiana, Unbiased. Oh my goodness. I didn't know you were in Louisiana. I love the South, though. I really do. I love Louisiana. I love Mississippi. I like to stop in and visit every now and then. What'd you say? Okay, that's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, you're speaking of lashes. Okay, yeah, I'm just hanging out inside. And what are you guys doing to beat this heat in the garden? I know I have some shade cloths up. Well, you guys have seen the shade cloth, so that at least knocks the heat down like I think 5 to 10 degrees. So that's awesome. I have a lot of stuff growing in the shade. I have tomatoes in the shade, and they're doing great. It's so hot out there. I don't even think it matters right now. I have peppers. The stuff that I do have out in the heat that's not covered, I have to water that every single day, even though they're in raised beds. But the stuff that's in the shade, I can wait maybe a couple of days and they're fine. So, what are you guys doing to beat this heat? Are you guys using any shade cloths? I haven't seen any shade cloths over there where you are growing out the box. I know you do a lot of mulching. How are you handling the heat? How's the plants handling the heat right now? Sorry guys for bouncing my camera around. So anyway, I have my chickens out there, and I make sure that I have three watering stations for them, food and all that good stuff. Trying to slow down on those snacks because I want to make sure they're getting all the nutrients that they need from the feed that they're supposed to eat for laying hens. So just making sure I keep them hydrated. They have a cover over their run area to keep them cool as well. I saw another person online and they had chickens and they didn't have a cover over the top. And I was thinking, oh my God, like, it's super hot out here. But yeah, we have to keep them shaded and watered and all that good stuff. And I don't ever want them to run out, especially if I'm gone away from the house or something. I don't want to be sitting here worried that they don't have water. So I'm going to step outside for a bit. Hopefully it's not too warm out here. Look, I'll stand in the shade. Oh, goodness. My dog just ran past me. I guess she wanted to get out the heat herself, so she ran in the house. But anyway, I'm trying to raise up my tripod here. Sorry, you guys. Okay, raising up my tripod. And I'm going to flip the camera around. So that's my Dalmatian over there getting into trouble. I probably, you know what, I should have put this on cellular. I think I forgot to put my phone on cellular. But these are the little chickies, so they have a nice cover up here to keep them nice and cool. I do have some shade cloths out here for anybody who's interested in these shade cloths. These work really well. This actually fits um, over my 3x3 raised bed. This is actually a city picker. I just put this over here because the bugs were getting to my lettuce and I didn't want that. Hi, Andale. Thank you for stopping in. So I love those shade cloths. And these raised beds here, these my husband built. These are like waist high, so I don't have to do a lot of bending and stooping. And I do have a shade cloth up here, but it's not um, it's not over the plants or anything, covering them directly, but it's enough to shade out too much of the sunlight. And then I have this up here too. I got these from Home Depot probably, I don't know, probably a few years ago. And I set those up there so it blocks some of the heat up here. This one gets, you see my nasturtium is dying off. It's not liking all this heat. So these plants right here are not covered. And so I have to make sure that I really water those. Yeah, and Dale, these really came in handy. I had a car accident some years ago, and I have herniated disc in my neck and back. And so he built these for me so that I wouldn't have to do a lot of bending and stooping. So um, they did really, really come in handy. Although I'm feeling great now, not having any issues with pain or anything. Um, these do really come in handy, especially when I'm being lazy and I just don't want to stoop down and all that. Okay, I'm reading your comment, growing out the box, exploring microclimates. I want to see if I can do it the way it happens in nature, but I do have shade cloth if needed. Okay, growing out the box, I get that. I get that. You have to share with us. Um, let us know how that's working out. Well, I know it's working out in your garden because I've seen it. These are my amaranth that I planted. They are growing really good right now. But it's a lot of food growing out here. I was sharing the other day um, everything that was going on in the garden and the stuff that I was harvesting. I'm not going to harvest this morning because, yes, I'm being lazy today. I don't want to do any harvesting. Maybe later on in the afternoon. I'm actually standing in the shade. It's not really that hot. Um, the sun is not really beaming down um, just yet. It actually had gotten kind of gloomy earlier, so I was wondering what was going on. But it still feels good. It's like 80 degrees right now, so it feels good. It's not too hot. They see me outside. You love callaloo lash? I know you do. I see you make that in your morning breakfast all the time. And yes, Andale, no pain right now. I am ecstatic. But you know what I've been doing? I've been drinking turmeric ginger turmeric ginger tea in the morning and in the evening. So that's good for, I'm not a medical provider now. That's good for inflammation, digestion, metabolism. It has all these great benefits, immunity. So I love drinking that every morning and evening before I go to bed. And it's actually helping with my inflammation. I'm not having any pain at all. It's crazy because my shoulder, I was having issues with my shoulder, and now it's still sore, but I can still lift it up and down and do what I need to do. So I'm happy about that. Yep, I saw. Uh, did you go back on lashes and show your breakfast that you made this morning, or no? Because I know you were making some good stuff over there. I don't know why I still got have you guys turned towards the chickens. So I'm gonna go back in the house. Hopefully, uh, my dog isn't just roaming around the house. And my son let her in. I know he has to go to work today, so yep, I have to get out that sun, y'all. I can't do it. Let me see. I think he let her in. She's still standing here. Hold on, guys. She was just standing there waiting to go in her room. Oh, this is another one that I have going. Another arrow garden. So I have peppers and basil in here too. This one is a 9 pod arrow garden. The other one is a 6. So I'm loving that. But yes, I am loving your channel. Growing out the box. You have a lot of great information. All you guys do. Y'all see I'm clumsy. I knocked my little desk fan over. But yeah, it's oh, what did you say? Oh, you cooked yellow yam dumplings and callaloo. Ooh, that sounds good. Okay, okay. That sounds fantastic. So what else do you have going on for the weekend? Is anybody doing anything special this weekend? I will be gardening, of course. Um, Unbiased, I see you. I will be gardening, of course, and that's about it. I'm not gonna do anything. Hey, Ebony, I'm gonna get out probably. I usually go outside maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and get the chickens all squared away and do whatever gardening I need to do. and then I bring myself back on in. Yep. How are you, Miss Ebony? What are you up to over there? What do you have going on in the garden? Is anybody going to be planting anything different for the fall this year? Something that you never planted? I went outside early this morning when I let the chicks out, and I went out front. I still had uh, um, God, I forgot what it's called, artichoke plant that I forgot to plant. I have one in the container outside, but I wanted to plant one in the front of my house, because I love the big purple flower that it produces. So I was going to get out there and get that planted, and I just didn't do it. So I went out there this morning, finally got it planted, and so we're going to see how that one does versus the one that's in the container. So that one is actually in the ground in my flower bed. So we're going to see how it does, and I will keep you guys posted, of course. What'd you say? Hubby left me to go to New York. I will be enjoying my alone time. You said cleaning and canning. Oh my gosh. How many of you guys do a lot of preserving? Now, me myself, the only preserving that I'm gonna do is my tomatoes. I will blanch them, and I chop them up, and I chop up bell peppers, onions, celery, and all this stuff, and I just freeze it, because those are my soup starters. That's what I make my vegetable soups with in the fall and winter. And so that's pretty much the only thing I'm going to be preserving. I have what'd you say? Hey everyone. Sorry y'all. I'm tired. Okay. Oh, you did the cattle panel arch. Oh, you so funny. Thank you, growing out the box. Yeah, you have a lot going on out there. I can't remember where I saw the arch in on somebody's channel, and I was like, oh my God. And then I end up seeing one when I was at my nursery, and it was actually rusted, and so I had to paint it and everything. But yeah, I love that arch, and now it's all full and it looks beautiful. So in the wintertime, I'm going to be sad when the plants start dying off and they're not looking as pretty on that arch. So I'll see if I can figure that out. I have my grapevines on there. So you know what? I'm not really sure about the grapevines and how they do throughout the winter. Do they die off growing out the box? Excuse me, y'all. Um, I planted the first time I planted grapes, I put them in containers and they never did anything. And so I think the year before last, I purchased some more grapes, and I put them in the container initially, and they were doing good. But when I got the raised beds out there, I put them in the raised beds, and now it's going crazy. It's full of grapes. I actually have to go out there and harvest some grapes right now, but I'm gonna wait till later on in the evening. The majority of the two sets that I'm gonna harvest, they're ripe, so I'm gonna go ahead and harvest those. Oh, you're asking growing out the box. Yeah, he's awesome. His channel is amazing. But yeah, I'm just hanging out today. I do have some errands to run, but I'm gonna wait till a little bit later because a couple of the places that I need to go to, they're closed right now. So I still need to go to the feed store and get chick feed and their little snacks and all that good stuff. So that's about it. And the weekend, I said I'm probably gonna hang with the hubby. We're gonna go probably grab a bite to eat and do what we do. He restores old cars, well, his old cars, and so I'm sure he'll be working on that. I'll be out in the garden. Hopefully, we'll get all that done early so we can enjoy the rest of the day. But that is about it. You tired, Ebony? What have you been doing, girl? You've been out there. Oh, you said you were cleaning and canning. Yeah, I can't do all that canning. I try, yeah, I really do, but it's just too much work, and I like simple. So, and that was the one reason why I wanted collared trees opposed to collared plants, because I know the collard plants are going to die off, but the collard trees, they just go all year round. They may slow down in the summer heat, but they pretty much will, you know, do their thing all year round. So, okay, unbiased. Okay. Have a good day, honey. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. See you next time. I'm just over here rambling about nothing, girl. So these are actually some good books that I got, and I got these during I think it was before the pandemic, and it's called Grow More Food, and it gives a lot of information on how to grow your veggies, when to grow your veggies, and composting and all this good stuff. Now, mind you, I've had this book all this time, but I never really looked through it. How many of you guys do like a calendar and have everything planned out, or are dates of when you planted things and when you water and when they should be harvested? I'm so bad at that. I'm telling you, I've been growing since 2014, and I've tried. I've purchased planners and all that good stuff, and I try to document everything that I'm doing, and it just don't work out. I don't keep up with it. So that was the whole reason why I started doing the little short videos of my exercise routine, because uh, Crystal from Whole New Perspective, she sent us a chart, and I was like, oh my God, this will be so good. I could document this and that. It's not going to happen. So I said, you know what, let me just do short so, I can document my routine. Oh, you said you have a routine, Monday and Thursday water days. Yeah, I try, and I swear I'll go purchase these planners every year because they're so cute and all that, and I'll start out documenting. Mm-mm, I am so bad at documenting. You said you wrote the plant date and how long to harvest on the tags. Okay, well that's actually a great idea. Half the time I forget to label. For the most part, I pretty much remember what I planted. It's when I start dropping herbs in soil and flowers and stuff, then I'm like, okay, what is this? Yeah, I try. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better. Hey, retired gardener, how are you? I'm just sitting here chatting about nothing as usual, doing a little garden talk. What are you up to? What are you planting over there, lady? You said you just became a Seed Time affiliate? Okay. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Let us know how that goes. Oh, that's just you speaking. Yeah. So I'm going to be dropping some seeds. I do have some heat tolerant seeds. I think I showed those before. It's just like different varieties of lettuce, arugula, spinach, that can tolerate more heat than other leafy green plants. They even had a mustard plant, and I was surprised because usually mustards can't tolerate a lot of heat, but I'll show you the variety. So this was the heat tolerant green packet that I had. I purchased this on Amazon, and it had, I think, about 6 packets of seeds in here. It had the Chinese pink celery, some arugula, um, romaine, and then it says green wave mustard. So this is a mustard green, but apparently it can tolerate more heat. So I'm going to, yep, said your videos are your planners. Yeah, I can't. That's the whole reason for me documenting. I document a lot on here for my family also. I stated that in the beginning, but you guys may not have, everyone may not have heard, but I document for my grands and my kids. Hey, Angela, so that they will be able to see, what Nana's up to. what she's growing, what she liked to do, and all that good stuff. Because when I was coming up, I didn't know a lot of things about the people in my family and what they did, and all that good stuff, are just people in general in in my family. So I wanted to make sure that my grandkids, at least when they start doing their family trees and all that good stuff, they don't have to go through all these hoops to look for this and search for that. Because when my kids were coming up, it was crazy. I was trying to help them with their family trees, and I'm like, okay, I don't know. I had to call my grandmother and ask my grandmother this and that. Thank God I still had my grandmother at the time, because she was able to provide me with a lot of information. But I don't want my grandkids to have to wonder, what Nana was up to and what she liked to do and all that good stuff. And then when I'm gone from here, they get to still see me for as long as YouTube is, you know, here. But anyway, yeah. What are you up to, Angela? I know your weather is crazy. We have some friends that live up in AZ, and yeah, triple digits. Oh my God. I'm heat sensitive, so I can't. That heat is too. Did you ever put shade cloths up? Especially for your melons, because you had a lot of melon out there and those plants were looking good. Did you get any shade cloths, my dear? I remember getting the shade cloths that I have over my main garden. I got those from Harbor Freight, and I think they were like 10 by 10 or 10 by 12. And they were like, I think I paid like 14 bucks at the time. So maybe you can try something like that and set some posts up or something, and give them a little bit of shade. Oh, 118. Good God. Yeah. That's HE double L. Yeah. 118. Goodness. So it's probably still 90 degrees at 4 o'clock in the morning. Mm-mm. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. Our friends were trying to get us to move up there to AZ. I was like, no, thank you. And Texas too. Texas is super hot too. Yeah, it's just too hot. Goodness. Well, hopefully, when does your heat taper down out there, Angela? Our heat here usually tapers down probably, I'm going to say October if we're lucky. Um, but for the most part, we stay like in the 90s. We'll have a couple of few days here and there with triple digits that we think is terrible. But yeah, for the most part, we're in the 90s, and it tapers down by like October or so. Has anyone planted out their sweet potatoes? I have two that are out there and they're growing slips now. They're just sitting in my greenhouse, and they're growing slips on them. So once I clear out my raised beds, I think I'm going to put sweet potatoes in one of them. You said your daughter, oh, okay, how you can arrange heat cloths. Okay. You so funny. You can always get like a easy up too to shade them. That's what I did for my chickens. I just got an easy up canopy and put that up. You can get that from Big Five, and they're relatively inexpensive, um, and that'll give them a little bit of shade. Because even with that heat, goodness, I think look, even if they don't get the sun and they have the shade, I think they'll be fine. 118 heat. Oh, you said you planted yours in June? Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think the last time I planted mine in like August, I planted them in August, and I think I harvested them in November or the beginning of December. I can't remember. I'd have to go back through videos. Thank God for documentation. But I think that's when I did it. I probably should get them out there, but I haven't cleared out my raised beds yet. So I'm going to clear out the raised beds, and then I'll drop those sweet potatoes. So I said, my goodness, I think I'm going to, instead of putting more tomatoes and stuff in those raised beds. I don't think I'm going to do that after I harvest my slicers because I still have, I think, probably 7 cherry tomato plants. So I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just going to let that be. And then I still have a couple of other slicers that are still doing good. They're in containers. The ones that are in the raised bed, I don't know what happened to those tomatoes. Hey, Micro, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. You said you're giving up on the garden. Oh, you said you're not giving up on the garden. Please don't, Angela. Don't give up on the garden. You have sweet potatoes growing. Oh, you have, you're funny. I did see that. You have them on your nightstand. Ah, I thought that was cute. You are too funny. They look pretty though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop mine. It's probably gonna be the end of this month because those the slicer tomatoes that I have in those raised beds, they're just about done. I did, oh, micro. So I think last week I went to H Mart and I purchased ginger, turmeric. So I have them planted all over the yard. No, you know what, 2 weeks ago. So I think I'm hoping that at least another week or two, I will get some sprouts from the ginger and turmeric. I put some in pots. I put some in one of my raised beds. So I'm going to see how they do. I did ginger last year. It wasn't big, but because I used a really small container, but they did do well. It took about a month to sprout, and it did good. It did okay. And when you grow them from, yeah, I saw your video. You were growing your turmeric. I love ginger, so, and now that I'm really hooked on the ginger and turmeric, I do a ginger and turmeric tea every morning and evening. And so I said, I need to grow this because I'm using too much ginger and turmeric. So I went to H Mart and found a bag of ginger, and it was inexpensive. So I'm gonna show you the bag. I got a bag of organic ginger, and so I've been planting them outside. So for those that don't know, the ones with they have the eyes on them. I cut my finger as usual, y'all. Hey, Sonny. The ones with the eyes on them, you're just gonna take those pieces and lay them on their side and just put a few inches of soil on them. Keep them hydrated, and you're good. In about a month, they'll sprout, and you'll have turmeric and ginger going. It takes a few months for you to actually get ginger or turmeric, though, maybe even longer than that. But yeah, so what'd you say? Yeah, you could plant them indoors also. Um, that's why I was trying to do them in containers so that I can move them around if I need to take them in the shed or something like that. Because the beginning of this year, we had a lot of rain, which is really unusual for Southern California. So, yeah, so I really would like to put them in containers so that I can move them around if I need to. You said you only have 100. Oh, you only have 160 days to grow. Yeah. Okay, where are you at, Micro? I'm in Zone 10B, Southern California. Sonny, what are you up to? I saw you. Are those chickens or quail? Oh my God, you guys have to check out Sonny's channel, Sonny's Garden. She went live this morning and she was showing her chick babies being hatched. I'm not sure if it's chicken or quail. Hopefully she'll respond and let us know. Okay, so it's quail. Oh my God, they were so cute. So here, I live in the city, so I can have up to 4 hens. I hope I'm not yelling. I feel like I'm talking loud. Um, I can have up to 4 hens. We can't have any roosters or anything like that. But I was looking um, online. It was saying that we can't have any quail or anything like that. No quail, no geese, no ducks. And I saw the cutest ducks when I went to the feed store, and I was like, oh my God, they were so cute. I think I posted a short. They were so, so cute, and I really wanted one, but I can't have them. So, You can't have chickens? Really? That's so weird. Okay. Are quail loud like chickens are? Oh, you can't have roosters? Yeah. The crazy thing, 29 hens now. Oh, yeah, I had four hens, and an unfortunate incident happened. One of my neighbor's children that was unsupervised. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna move along because so I don't get irritated thinking about it. But yeah, so I have three now, but I do plan to get some more since I did put together a new chicken house. Well, my husband, of course, but so I'm gonna say us. So we put together another chicken house for the babies. So for my baby, so I'm gonna probably get some more. Yeah, micro. It was really sad. Yeah, they were, and they're really little kids, and they were out, I guess, playing with a pellet gun or BB gun or whatever. And yeah, so yeah, so they were, they got a good talking to, because it's not the kids' fault, it's the parents. They should have been watching them. But anyway, yeah. So I have three, and I'm gonna probably, I was thinking maybe a couple more. I'll sneak a couple more in, maybe a few. Yep. So I love them though. They're a joy. They have their own little personalities. They like to do their own thing, and so yeah, they are loud. Oh, you said the quail aren't loud? Okay, yeah, because sometimes those hens, oh my gosh, they are loud. I cannot be great, and that's why I get up at you said six is the magic number. Okay, so I need three more. Thank you, Micro. I need three more. And it's funny because the feed store, that's how they sell them in threes anyway. So I'll get three more. Um, the thing is, when I had my chickens, and I had them in my house longer than I should have, but they were my babies. And it was almost like, when your kids move out the house, and I was so sad to put them outside in their own house. But once they went out, they were happy. They were able to get out in the yard and do their own thing. Yeah, they were in the house. They were getting way too comfortable in the house. They were, of course, they were in an enclosure, you guys. They weren't just running around roaming the house. And I would put them out when they got big enough. I would put them out during the day. I had a starter coop that I used to put them out and let them move around. Hey, second chance gardeners, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. You said you want chickens too? Yeah, I love them. I love them. I don't even think I can go back to not having chickens again. They are, even if I weren't even if I wasn't getting eggs from them, they're a joy. You said you start yours in the house for 4 months. Okay, I don't feel so bad because yeah, mine were in the house for about 4 months, and yeah, they were a joy to watch. Just watching them grow. I got mine when they were 2 weeks old, so yeah, it was really exciting to see Sonny's little quails hatching this morning in the incubator. It was just so cute. But yeah, so I'm not quite sure. I'm thinking the next three, of course, I'm still going to get them while they're small because I need them to be comfortable with me, handling them and all that good stuff. Of course, they still run from you every now and then, but I need for them to be comfortable with me. So I'm going to get them when they're small. It's just, yeah, I'm going to have to keep them in the house. So I'll probably wait. I think the last time I got my chicks, it probably was in July. And yeah, so when they went outside, it was nice and cool. So they had to really get acclimated to this heat. Yeah, so, but they're doing good. Yes, my chickens are spoiled. I bring them inside, bathe them when they get dirty and nasty, and put them right back outside. And it's funny because during the day, you're not catching a chicken. You could just forget that. It's almost like they know because I usually come outside with a towel and I'll wrap it around them so that I can grab them and bring them in the house. And once I put them in the water, they're good. They're just going to sit there and chill and hang out. Um, but when it's cold, when the weather is cold, you want to be careful and make sure you blow dry them. Um, one of my chickens, she didn't want to be blow dried because it was hot. Even though I have the air running in the house, it was, I think it was 97 outside, so it was still warm. So I didn't want to blow dry her. So I think I did a video. You guys saw me holding her wrapped up in a towel. I was trying to get her as dry as I could before I put her back in her house to go to bed. So yeah, they're a joy though. I love my chick babies. So yeah, Micro, I'm gonna get a few more. Um, and keep them in the house, and then I have to introduce them to those girls, and those girls can be something else. The One of my chickens, she's so territorial. If I touch one of the other chickens, she'll peck her. I'm like, goodness. Yeah, so yep. So it's nice to see Miss Sunny. How many do you have? You said seven. I saw a lot of eggs in there. So you have seven so far. How many eggs do you have in the incubator? Oh, that's just you guys speaking. 26? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So how long are you going to keep them inside? Yeah, six. Yeah. Yeah. My yard is a nice size, but yeah, it's not, yeah. And especially for the run area that they have, I think the run area that they have is, um, I think it's 10 by 10. It was actually, one of those huge outdoor kennels or whatever, and we put the wire all the way around it for their run area. And then went and got a shed for them, a small shed for them to nest and sleep in. And then we just made some modifications to that. You can 4 weeks and then in the garage. Okay, got it. Oh my goodness. I will be tuning in, Miss Sunny, because I have to see their growth. Quail are so cute, but they're so small. Um, and yeah, we can't have them. They are so cute, though. Oh my gosh. I was wondering, I think rabbits we can have. Excuse me. I know a lot of people in the garden community have rabbits and use it for their garden. I have so much chicken manure out there that is composting because you can't use the chicken poop right away. The rabbit poop you can use right away. Oh, you said they taste delicious if cooked right. Oh, the quail. Oh, you want to get rabbits? Yeah, rabbits. The rabbit poop is good for the garden. You want a rabbit too? I saw some rabbits at the feed store. I thought about it, but I said, where is this rabbit gonna go? And don't you do you have to let them out into the yard? I see a lot of people just have them caged up all the time, and I'm just thinking, that poor little rabbit. You have rabbits, 11, six female and five males. You have a nice setup over there though, micro farmer. Um, I don't think I have any room for any any more animals. I have a cocker spaniel, a Dalmatian, and I have my hens. I think I'm going to get a few more, and I think that's going to be it. My uncle, I went to visit my aunt and uncle, probably a few weeks ago, and they shared some. They had some horse and cow manure, and they shared with me, so I was able to use that around my trees. Hey, Scorpion, how are you, my friend? Thank you for popping in. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So yeah, I they were able to share with me. So I put it around my trees. They say house horse and cow manure, you can't put it around your flowering plants like your tomatoes and all that stuff. I had to look that up before I start using it because I've never used cow and horse manure. So Yeah, so I'm not doing nothing over here. Just having garden chat, Scorpion. I don't know if you garden or anything, but I know I see you on Lashes and Yaya's channel the when they do their exercise live. So I haven't done an exercise live yet. I usually just do shorts, just showing what I'm doing. Y'all don't want to see me up here breathing hard, sweating, and looking crazy. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to do a short. I think maybe if I go walk the track or if I go walk at the beach or something like that, then maybe I'll do a live. But I'm going to stick with the shorts for now. The documentation is mostly for myself because Crystal from Whole New Perspective gave us a chart, and I'm not good at documenting. I'm going to forget. I'm not going to document everything. And so I figured if I did the videos that it would be there and, and they'll actually know that I'm doing it, and then they can hold me accountable if they don't see me. Oh, you have a big yard? Oh, you should, Scorpion. Reach out. Reach out. I will help you through it, walk you through it. I love gardening. I have been, you said it's watch gardening since 2014. My first year when I started, of course, I had no idea what I was doing. So I had planted, I used my flower beds at the time. So my plants were in the ground, and yes, they were big and huge and bountiful and all that. But those bugs drove me crazy. And so that's when I started, what do you say? You say you talk like you want to do it. Let's do it. Let's go, Scorpion. Let's do it. You said you have a big yard. Let's utilize it. Let's utilize it. But yeah, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I think I planted cabbage, collards, mustards, Roma tomato. The crazy thing is the flower bed that I was using was shaded. And I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that at the time when I planted, like, this isn't really getting a lot of sun. Like it gets sun, but not enough sun. So I had it over in the shade. Although the Roma tomato actually did really good, um, and they were all big and huge and everything. Um, but yeah, I got tired of those bugs. And so that's when I went to containers and the raised beds and all that. But then I said, you know what? I do want my plants to be nice and big and everything. So I got raised beds and put them out there. So I do have raised beds out there now, that are on the ground. My other raised beds were waist high. So I didn't have to do a lot of stooping and bending and all that stuff. So anyway, I will take you guys outside so you can see for Scorpion and some of the other people that are in here that may not have seen how my raised beds are set up. And then I'll show you where I was gardening. So I'm going to show you where I was gardening. I was gardening in, hopefully this doesn't cut out, but I was gardening in that flower bed right there. And so you see how it's kind of shaded under there. And so, yeah, that was not working out. So now I have these raised beds here. These I just got last year. And so this is actually my main garden. And then I have a bunch of containers out there. It's a lot of containers in there with peppers, tomatoes, and herbs and all that. Um, and these, that's my banana plant over there. These are the raised beds that my husband built me. They are actually waist high, so I don't have to do any bending or stooping. And we had a couple of, I think they're 50-gallon drums. We cut them in half, and that's what we're using as the insert to plant in. So that's how those are. And then I have these raised beds also. So I have a ton of food out here, but I have a ton that are in containers as well. This is the patio area. And then these raised beds, I got these from Home Depot. I really like these metal ones. And so I have my blueberries in those. You say I do a lot. I do. I have a lot going out here. And then that's the chickens house over there. That's actually a small shed right there. That's where they nest and sleep. But this whole run area, I think is 10 by 10. I have to ask my husband because I don't math. So the whole measurement thing, I think it's 10 by 10 thing, 10 by 10. And so that's their run area there. But yeah, I have a lot going out here. I make sure to try and garden all year round because um, during during the pandemic, it was literally no food in the stores. Now, I would always garden all year round, and I would plant things like, my tomatoes, and I always kept greens and lettuce and that kind of stuff out there. But after, during the pandemic, I made sure I went crazy then, and I haven't stopped since because I'm noticing that even though the whole pandemic is done, it's still a lot of things that's not in the stores. So I make sure to plant everything I can. And I don't really like to do a lot of canning and that kind of thing. And so I try to make sure that I have things that, I do a lot of succession sowing. So if something is, as soon as I pull one plant out, then I'm either going to drop a transplant or I'm going to drop some seeds. So I do both. I do transplants and seeds. Seeds are cheaper, of course, but sometimes I want it right then. So I'll go get me a especially if it's something that I really want, I'm going to go ahead and get it. How do you do your lettuce in the heat? Do it in the shade. You could plant it in shady areas. You see those areas where I have in the raised beds where I have the cloth up and it's kind of shaded. I plant them in the back, in the back of the raised beds, and so they stay shaded. And yes, I saved my seeds too. I was just doing a video where I was harvesting my chive seeds. So yeah, I always let one plant go to seed. I have some sorrel out there that's going to seed right now. And so I just let it go to seed and then harvest the seeds. When I harvested my celery plants, I have a video up. I don't know where it is, somewhere in there, um, where I was harvesting my celery. And I did take a plant and I put it in a just a little container to keep that one plant going. And it's actually almost done. So I'm going to harvest those seeds as well. So yeah, you definitely want to keep your own seeds as much as you can. But if I'm out and I see something, I'm going to buy it. It's an addiction, but it's a good addiction, right? It's a good addiction. So I always purchase seeds. If I'm out somewhere, uh, Home Depot or Walmart or whatever, if I see seeds, I'm getting them. If I see something on Amazon that I like and it's some seeds, I'm getting them. It's not my fault, y'all. Blame it on the garden. So yeah, I love gardening. Um, it's um, it's peaceful. It's relaxing. you know, After I get off work or whatever, sometimes if I'm stressed, I will go and walk around the garden. I may not even be doing anything in the garden. I just go walk around and just looking at the garden. I'm good. If I go out there and let my chickens out, just the stuff that they do is so funny and so cute. That just brings me right back down. So I love having my garden. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, Micro. Yep. So I'm going to be getting off here in a bit. I have to go do some running around. I'm going to run to the feed store. Let's see. Yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock. They should be open. And the bad thing about me going to that darn feed store is my favorite nursery is right across the street. So I'm going to try to just slide on past there. It's hard though. And then when I get over there, I always see something, and it doesn't matter that I don't have any more space. I'm gonna find some space, y'all. I'm gonna find some space to put that plant. That's why I was still sitting there with that artichoke plant. It's been sitting there for weeks because I had I planted one in the container and I kept saying, where am I going to plant this other artichoke? So I had it sitting out there and I kept watering it and it's growing more leaves and I said, okay. And I saw the roots coming out the bottom. I was like, girl, you better get this plant out here and put it in some soil. Hey, Miss Courtney, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. So I'm going to probably stop in, y'all. I can't help it. It's right there. It's right across the street. I just can't help it. So yeah, it is hard, Angela. It's hard. Even if I go to Home Depot and I say, because I go to Home Depot sometimes to pick up my detergent. That's the story I use. And then I always end up in the garden center. As a matter of fact, I park right in front of the garden center so I can go in and pass through. And I always say, oh, I'm not going to get nothing. And then I end up getting something. My husband always say, that wasn't on the list. And I have nowhere to plant it. But I'm going to be clearing out a couple of raised beds. So I'm going to have space. Hmm. But one of those beds, like I said, I'm gonna put my sweet potatoes in there, and the other one, I think I'm gonna put maybe cabbage or something. I haven't decided exactly. I never really have a plan until I get out there and, and start doing stuff. I need to do better about planning, but I really don't. I just go out there and do what I do, and then and just be happy with it. You said you're going to bed? Oh, goodness. Yeah, you work nights. Okay, honey, thank you for stopping in. You have an amazing day and enjoy your nap. You said you couldn't wait to park. You say you love the nursery. I do. I love the nursery also. Oh, you said you hope to get sweet potatoes this year. Micro, you're doing good over there. I think your sweet potatoes are gonna do fine. And if it's a bunch of rain, I probably would just take them inside the garage or something and wait until that rain let up and put them back out there when that rain is when that rain lets up, and they'll do fine. Because otherwise, if it's getting too much rain, it's just gonna be mushy. You're gonna get a bag of mush and you're not gonna get anything. Right, Courtney? The nursery is a happy place for me too. But I have so much stuff out here until I feel like I have my own nursery. My husband was like, he said, all this stuff you plant out here, he said, you need to just set up a table and start selling transplants. And I was like, yeah, I thought about it, but I said, me, I'll end up starting the plants and like, I'm tossing this in my garden. So yeah, I have a bunch going out here. Oh, the rain is, yeah. And that's how I felt the beginning of this year, Micro. We had a bunch of rain, and I had planted I thought I was planting my tomatoes, because it was when I normally would plant them. But for some reason this year, we had so much rain. I was so scared for my tomatoes. I actually put like a kind of a shade cloth over them, over the top, so the rain, they wouldn't get as much rain, and that helped them. And so maybe you can try something like that to maybe put kind of like some kind of cover up to block some of that rain. Yeah, I was so over that rain. I was so happy when it was done because I was scared I was going to lose all my plants. And yep, it does cause all that powdery mildew and stuff. But luckily, I didn't have. I think the only thing I had out that at that time was my. I think I had some red cabbage out, so that was it. And then my collard trees, but my collard trees, they do good no matter what. So I don't think the rain bothered them any. But yeah, my tomatoes, I was really scared I was going to lose my tomatoes, but they made it. They not looking all that great these days. The my large slicers, but All the ones that I have in containers, they're looking good. So I think I'm just going to stay with all the ones I have in my containers because I think I have maybe 7 or 9 other tomato plants, but they're in containers. So they're doing good. You said over 6%. Oh, goodness. How long is that rain going to go for, Micro? Yeah, that rain gets to be too much. Oh, you said you like the little tents. Yeah, it helps. It really helps the garden from the heat. Although I do have one side that's not shaded yet. And so, but actually everything still is still doing good right now. So, oh, until tomorrow. Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully, well, you know what? I think when we were having that rain like that, what I did, my strawberries didn't make it. I planted out some bare root strawberries and they all died because I didn't know that strawberry plants don't like all that rain. So I I killed, well, the rain killed those, and so I just pulled them up. But what I did was I just let them go for like maybe a few weeks. I didn't water anything, and everything just dried out, and it did fine, and nothing died. So you know, just leave them alone. Look, we're gonna pray for the plants, Micro, and leave them alone and let them dry out, and hopefully they do okay. I know the squash and all that. That's an issue, with a lot of rain and your cucumbers. I think somebody's walking their dog. Oh no, somebody's walking up to my porch. Oh, I think it's the mailman. I try to pay attention to my surroundings even when I'm in the house. Never know these days. Said you wish you were my neighbor so you can come get some veggies. I sure would share because I do share with some of my neighbors because like the cucumbers, I didn't expect to get this many cucumbers this year. Last year, I don't know what was going on. My cucumbers didn't really do that great last year, but this year it's bananas. I'm getting so many cucumbers, so I have to share because I can't do a lot of pickling because of the vinegar. So the reflux issues, I can't. It's too much. So I don't do a lot of pickling. So I'm like, you know what? I love eating cucumbers during the summertime or for however long I can eat them, and then that's it. So, and then I share them with my neighbors or the kids. Hey, Nikki, how are you? I'm just sitting here chatting about nothing. I've been on here for over an hour already. We're just doing garden talk. Whole bunch of garden talk. I'm trying to get Scorpion to start gardening. He said he has a big yard over there. I'm like, okay, we need to get some gardening going. So, yep, said you just came in from gardening. Oh my goodness, what you out there doing? What are you planting out there? What do you have planted out there? Well, I know you have a bunch of stuff, but are you planting anything new right now? I'm just reading the chat. Oh, you were harvesting. Okay. Yeah, I did a live the other day, a quick live. I think I was on for like 15 minutes before work or something like that. And I did a live and I was harvesting some things. I was being lazy this morning. I didn't go out there and harvest anything. Said you're gonna get around to it. Yeah, if you wait until fall, once you get started, you're gonna be addicted. Do something simple, lettuce and whatever it is that you like to eat. Do something simple that you can keep up with. Don't do anything big. I know I did that when I first started gardening. I planted a bunch of stuff and then, it gets to be a lot. When you're new to it, it gets to be a lot. So start small so you can keep up with it and then you can just keep adding to it. Said how is she harvesting with this crazy weather? Was it raining on your end, Nikki? Because Micro is getting a lot of rain where he is. Are you guys in the same area? Yeah, it's sunny here, thank God, because the beginning of the year was looking pretty gloom and doom. I thought everything was going to die in my garden. You like cabbage and cauliflower? Oh, that's great because those are cool weather crops, and so the fall and winter you can get those started and just use some seeds or something. That way you're not spending a lot of money on something that, if you decide that you're not going to stick with it, it's no big deal. You're getting a lot of rain, Sunny? Really? Yeah. That rain gets to be too much, especially on the plants. You going live around 2, Micro? Okay, I'm gonna chime in at 2, Micro, and check you out. But I'm gonna get off of here. Oh, you said your tomatoes are finally turning red. That's awesome. That is awesome. I think I planted my tomatoes so early, the ones that I started from seed in the house. Um, I've been getting a lot of tomatoes, so I actually have a lot of tomatoes in the refrigerator now. Hey, Bammit, how are you? Bammit with Arthur Butler. You guys have to check going on over on his channel too. He has a garden and animals and all that good stuff. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. So, yeah, my cucumbers, I have a bunch in the refrigerator that I need to process. So I'm probably going to do that this weekend um, because I have a lot of slicers and I don't want to lose them. A lot of people I'm finding that don't really like tomatoes. I have a lot of family members that don't like tomatoes. My daughter, she's all over them. So usually I send them to her, um, or she'll come get them. So I'm going to go ahead and process those this weekend. I'm just going to blanch them, take the skin off, chop them up, and place them in Ziploc bags with all my soup starters like bell pepper, onion, celery, that kind of stuff, and just freeze them. But yep, that's all I'm going to be doing this weekend. Probably some gardening, hang out with the hubby. That's it. You weren't a fan of tomatoes? Oh, you love them now. Yeah, so see, you can start a small little dwarf tomato plant and get those going. But yeah, that's how I like to do it, Nikki. I don't like to do a lot of canning. It's so much work. You know what? I don't even own a canner, and I don't think at this time, I don't think I'm going to purchase one because I don't really like canning. So I like watching other people do it. Now I'll do canning if it's like jelly or something like that. But processing a whole lot of vegetables, I just like to go pull them off the plant and eat them when I want them. Oh, you're not a raw tomato fan? I can eat them either way. My son is the same way. He doesn't like raw tomatoes. He likes to. Okay, I'll see you later. Thank you for stopping in. So, yeah, he doesn't like raw tomatoes. He likes them if they're cooked in something, but he doesn't like to eat them raw either. You say you don't own a canner either? Yeah. I know I'm not going to use it. It's just something that I'm not going to use. I think, what was it, an air fryer? We won an air fryer in my husband's Christmas party one year, and it's out in the shed. You know what? I was using it to dehydrate things at first, and I said, why am I wasting my electricity when I can just hang these herbs outside? They're going to dry. So I bought this little herb dryer on Temu for about $5. I don't even think it was $5. It might have been like $3.99. And I cut my herbs up. I get them cleaned up. I'll dry them a little bit, and then I'll put them in the herb dryer outside and let them dry. I'm not, yeah, dehydrators and all that stuff. Like I just know that it's something I'm not going to use. I like to see other people utilizing those things, but I know I'm not going to use it. So, and I don't want it sitting on my counter taking up counter space either. So, so yeah. So I just dry them outside, then I bring them in and grind them up and put them in a jar, and they're good. And it cost me $3. So, but I love watching everyone else can. It looks so relaxing when I see other people doing their canning and, processing all their vegetables. And yeah, I love watching those types of videos too. I just know that I'm not going to use it because I like simple, so I don't do it. But you said your husband and mother-in-law eat tomato sandwiches? Oh no. Yeah, I can't eat a tomato sandwich. But the funny thing is, if my husband and I go out somewhere, okay, Courtney, thank you for chiming in. I appreciate you. If my husband and I go out for a meal or something and it has tomatoes, I will not eat those tomatoes. I always remove them because once you've had a homegrown tomato, it's hard to eat tomatoes out somewhere. They just don't taste the same. So yeah, yeah, tomato sandwiches. I don't know about that. That's funny. I still haven't made fried green, what is it, fried green tomatoes? Oh, you say you love green tomatoes. I have not made fried green tomatoes yet, which is crazy. Um, but I just haven't. Usually, if I eat my tomatoes, it's in a salad or I'll, make them in different things. My vegetable soups, or if I'm making smothered potatoes and I want, the peppers and the uh, onions and chopped tomato, I'll do that. But fried green tomatoes, I think I'm gonna try it this summer because I have not had fried green tomatoes yet. Hey, Crystal, how are you? You said you're just coming in from lunch break. You love tomato sandwiches? Oh no. I don't think I could eat a tomato sandwich. Look, and I'm a vegetarian. I don't know if I could eat a tomato sandwich though. Look, I'm gonna try it, and I'll let you know, Crystal, how I liked a tomato sandwich. What do you put on it? Do you just have tomato, mayo, lettuce, or you just eat tomato and tomato with bread and mayo or something? Yeah, I can imagine fried green tomatoes are good. I made fried mushrooms not long ago, and I'm addicted to those. Those are good. I usually will fry them in avocado oil. That's if I make them. I think I've only made them a few times, but they're really good. That's something that I can eat all the time. Sourdough bread, mayo, and black pepper. Okay, okay, okay. I'm not really a fan of mayo. Said do a video when I try it. Okay, I will. I'll do a video when I try it. I am a big bread eater, so actually I've been doing good, Crystal, on the bread and sugar and all that kind of stuff. But I love, love, love bread. If I go out to eat anywhere and they bring that basket of bread, it's gone, and I'm the only one who'll eat it. So yeah, I have to be good, Crystal. I have to watch the bread. You said you like sugar on your tomato sandwich. Now that part I probably couldn't do, but I'm gonna try it with everything else and see how I like it. Yeah, I'm not a mayo fan either. I like mayo, like she said, in potato salad or something like that, but I'm not really a mayo fan. What I do like is aioli. That has a really nice flavor. You love mushrooms, Scorpion? Yeah, mushrooms are really good. I've been cooking a lot of mushrooms. Right now, I can't have anything with iodine, so egg yolks and a lot of things have iodine right now. So, um, do I eat dairy? You know what? I don't eat meat. But I will eat eggs when I can have them. Right now, I can't have them. Um, I can have the egg whites. I just can't have the egg yolk right now. And what else? I love cheese. That vegan cheese, I'm sorry. Look, I'm vegetarian, but I cannot eat that vegan cheese. So yeah, I still will consume some dairy products. I just don't eat meat itself. I don't digest it well. Like many years ago, I went vegan and I went cold turkey. And at that time, of course, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So I ended up getting really sick. What happened was I was vegan for like a year and I passed by my favorite hamburger spot, Tam's, and I said, "Oh my God, I want a hamburger special." Don't ever do that, folks. Don't ever do that. It was so bad. I was sick for probably like a month, and I have not been able to digest meat since. So, I was still eating meat after that. I would eat like turkey, chicken, stuff like that. But after, let me see, I think 2018, June 2018 or June 2019, I went vegetarian again. Um, my youngest son, he was 15 when he went vegetarian. And and so you said this is a good story time. And so he went vegetarian at 15 and he was getting on me about what I was eating because at the time I had high blood pressure. I do have high blood pressure. Actually, my blood pressure has been really good, but I do have high blood pressure, and so he was getting on me about the things I was eating because, you know, if I'm frying chicken for my husband, I was gonna eat fried chicken or whatever. Um, and so you know what, I wasn't really a big meat eater, but I would eat it from time to time, and so I went cold turkey. I think it was June 8th, 2019. And I went cold turkey again. And after about a week, I didn't crave meat or anything anymore. But I still would do like, cheese. And I tried to do the vegan cheese and that it just wasn't good. I couldn't do it. And so, yeah, so no meat. I eat a lot of vegetables. I eat a lot of fruit. I eat everything that I grow in the garden. So that's pretty much what I eat every day. I don't have to buy many produce items when I go to the store. I think the only thing I have to get for produce now is if maybe I want apples or something like that, or bananas, because my banana plants, they're not producing yet, and they probably won't as long as I have those baby plants in there. I need to remove those, but um, so they're not producing. So I end up buying bananas from the store. I'll get, if I want an apple or pear or something, I get that from the store. But other produce items like any leafy greens, tomatoes, cucumbers, any of that, I don't have to get any of that. So that that's a big money saver for me. So pretty much when I go to the store, it's just you know, and I don't really buy canned foods. Some things my husband likes in a can or whatever, and I'll get it for him. But because of the sodium content, so I don't like to get anything that's in the can. Same, he said same lashes. Yeah, I don't like canned food. So pretty much. All right, Miss Sunny, I'll see you later. You take care, honey. I pretty much will eat what's in my garden. So every day I'm eating something out of the garden. And I might make, beans or something like that. I do have to make meat for my husband. So every day I still will make him a meat item to go with whatever I'm making. So you said you think you like this garden stuff. That's right, Scorpion. It's a money saver. It is a money saver. Just think if you're growing and you're harvesting seeds, or even if you just go to the store and buy a pack of seeds, you're going to get a ton of seeds in that package. But if you go, when you go to the store and you buy this one plant, maybe lettuce or whatever, usually when you buy that kind of stuff in the store, that stuff don't last but a few days in the refrigerator. I have harvested lettuce from my garden, cleaned it up, put it in the refrigerator, and forgot about it. And a month later, it's still good. So, yeah, you got to think about that too, because when you're buying things from the store, you don't know how long it was sitting there before you purchased it, or how long, even if they didn't have it out on the shelves, if they just had it in the back, you don't know how long it was back there. So that's the only thing about buying things from the grocery store. Um, I do like to go to the farmers market sometimes. The citrus here where I live, they were having issues with some type of beetle or something that was attacking the citrus plant. So a lot of places here aren't selling like lemon plants and lime plants or whatever. So so I will get lemons or limes and stuff like that from the store. But even when I buy those, if I don't use them right away, they're gone in probably in a week, because we don't know how long they've been sitting in the store. So that's the only thing. Farmers market is good. If you could find a good farmers market that you can um, get some things from, make sure that you see that label certified organic. Because some people I'm finding, just watching videos online, that people are fibbing and they're purchasing things from the store and market that, you're getting that certified organic food. Yep, you're having lemon shortages. Exactly. So, um, you saw a documentary on it. Yeah, because I know in our area, it's just they're not doing good. So I even have a neighbor down the way, and he has some citrus, and he said his plants weren't doing good. My blood orange tree, when I first got it some years ago, I think I got my blood orange tree maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I was getting blood oranges off of it, and for maybe a couple of years after that, mm-mm, nope, haven't gotten anything since. Yep, Crystal, that is true. Um, you say you talk to the farmers that grow the food. Yep, there's a good farmers market out in Santa Monica, California, that I like to go to every once in a while, and that's a really good one. It's kind of far from where I live, but every once in a while we'll take a drive and go up there and go to that farmers market. They have really good stuff. So I will purchase from them. There are some farmers markets that are closer to me that I have not gone to. So I said I was going to try them out and go and get some lemons and oranges and stuff like that, just to see how they do. Um, but yeah, make sure to research before you um, just go out buying things. And yeah, the citrus, I don't know what's going on with it. It was something I can't remember. Once I'll find out again and I'll let you guys know. But I think it was a beetle or something that was attacking the citrus or something. So yeah, you said you stopped going to the big one. Yeah, and see, that's what I was thinking. They buy and resell. So I like to make sure that they are, really coming from a farm. So the one in Santa Monica is really, really good for anybody who lives here in Southern California. The other smaller ones, like I said, I haven't gone to. So I'm going to try them out soon and see what's going on. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here. It was nice chatting with you guys. Scorpion, go ahead and get that garden started. I will walk you through, my friend. Oh, you're in Maryland. Yes, and then also check out other channels that are in your zone. So the way to find out your zone, you can Google it. Google what your grow zone is from your zip code, and it'll tell you what your grow zone is. And there are people that may be in your grow zone that are growing different things, and you can see what they're growing, at different times of the year. Um, you said the Florida citrus farms are suffering, and some are just getting out of the business. Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. Okay, Miss Crystal, you take care. All right, everyone, I'm going to get off here and go run my errands. Everybody have an amazing day. Enjoy your weekend. Stay hydrated. Try to make healthy food choices if you can. Talk to you all soon. Bye.